Disturbing news coming in from Jammu and Kashmir. It's a terror attack that has led to the death of 7 civilians in Kashmir. 6 migrant workers, 1 doctor killed. Amid attacks on civilians, forces have killed 1 terrorist is what we are learning. Heavily armed terrorists killed in Baramulla. The joint team neutralized 1 heavy armed terrorist and has recovered rifles, also magazines, rounds, pistols and warlike stores from this side. Search of this area is underway. An operation is in progress. So 1 terrorist has been neutralized amid news of migrant workers coming under attack from terrorists once again in Jammu and Kashmir.
लोकतांत्रिक जो व्यवस्था है कश्मीर में फिर से बनी है, अच्छी तरह से इलेक्शन हुए हैं, शायद उसी कारण से इस प्रकार से वो अपनी प्रेजेंस शो करने की कहीं ना कहीं कोशिश करते हैं। तो सुरक्षा बलों द्वारा बहुत इसको पहले जो मिलिटेंसी को रोका गया है, लेकिन जब इस प्रकार की घटनाएं होती हैं तो चिंता का विषय बन जाता है, एक बाहर के लोगों में खौफ का माहौल बन जाता है। और पिछले 2 दिनों में ये जो लगातार घटनाएं हुई हैं तो ये भी दुखद हैं।
Migrant workers, 1 doctor killed in Jammu and Kashmir, but 1 terrorist has been neutralized is what we know. This is the information. Worrying news coming in from the valley of migrant attacks, the spate of which continues in Jammu and Kashmir. The joint team has neutralized 1 heavily armed terrorist is what we know. Farooq Jan, Medical Superintendent SKIMs, is now joining us this morning. Thank you so much for your time. This is really worrying. Please give us a sense of how, migrant workers are coming under attacks. We have news of 1 terrorist who's been killed in this as well. What more details can you share with us this morning, sir?
We received 5 patients yesterday. 1 patient was having injury to the chest, and we had to operate on the patient. He was operated. He is extubated. He is in intensive care, not on ventilator, stable. The other patient had wound on his hand. He is also doing good. He is stable. The 3rd patient had an injury to his face. There are some metal objects, small metal objects in his eye, for which we have sought ophthalmology consultation. Other person has injury to his leg, and he is okay. Another person is again having a firearm injury to his arm and is stable. Most of them have been taken care of. The initial investigations have been done. They have been stabilized, and they are now in the disaster ward being looked after.
All right, I'm going to thank you. Thank you for joining in this morning with those details. But news that these terror attacks on migrant workers, innocent migrant workers, continues in Jammu and Kashmir is rather worrying. Assessment is that because of the successful elections in Jammu and Kashmir, there could be a sense of revenge, and that's the reason why the terrorists are coming back with vengeance, is the sense that we're getting from the ground. Amit Shah's offers condolences to the families of the labourers who have come under attack from terrorists. The Home Minister has posted a dastardly attack. Terror attack on civilians in Gagangir, Jammu and Kashmir is a despicable act of cowardice. Those involved in the heinous act will not be spared and will face the harshest response from our security forces. At this moment of intense grief, I extend my sincerest condolences to the families of the deceased, praying for the speedy recovery of those people who have been injured, says the Home Minister in a post on X. This is a despicable act of cowardice, says the Home Minister. Those involved in this heinous act will not be spared and will face the harshest response from our security forces. At this moment of immense grief, I extend my sincerest condolences to the family members of the deceased. Ashraf Wani joining in for more details this morning. Ashraf, very, very tragic that once again migrant workers are coming under attack. Give us a sense of what happened and also how many people have been injured and are recuperating right now.
Sania, I am outside the main hospital of Srinagar, that is Sher-e Kashmir Institute of Medical Sciences here in the Srinagar, where 5 injured had been brought yesterday late evening for treatment. They are being treated, and I have got information from the doctors who are attending those injured that the condition is stable of all the injured and are recovering. So that is a good part of this terror attack, that at least 5 injured who got injuries in the terror attack are being treated here in this hospital and are recovering. As far as this terror attack is concerned, after a long time we have seen this kind of a heinous crime carried out by the terrorists. The police, army and CRPF have cordoned off whole area because it is the isolated area where this terror attack took place. It was an under construction tunnel, which is famous Zojila tunnel in the Kashmir Valley, connecting Srinagar with the Kargil region. There a private construction company is carrying out construction work. All these workers and officials who had been killed in this terror attack, whose number is now 7, they are working with the same construction company, including a doctor from the Badgam district of Central Kashmir. As per the eyewitnesses, what I spoke, because they did not spoke on the camera, but they said that it was a dinner time in the tunnel when the officials and the workers were gathering for the dinner. 3 to 4 terrorists came in at the venue and indiscriminately fired on the officials and the workers, resulting the death of 7 officials, including some workers, and injuring 5 others who are being treated here in the Srinagar hospital. After the incident, it took some time for the police and security officials to reach the spot. During that terror attack, also 2 vehicles got fired due to the gunshots. Those were also damaged. Then the teams from the Jammu and Kashmir police, army and CRPF reached at the spot and rescued all those injured and other people from the spot. This tunnel is being constructed on the parallel side of the main highway which connects Srinagar and Kargil. That is why it remains some kind of isolated place, and taking advantage of that without any proper security grid, because there are hundreds of works going on across the Jammu and Kashmir. That means this spot was being chosen by the terrorists to carry out this terror attack and target non-local workers and officials. But not only non-local officials and workers had been killed in the terror attack, but in fact 3 among the killed are from the Kashmir Valley, 2 are the workers who are from the Bandipora district of Safapura, and 1 doctor who is from the Badgam district. So including the outside workers, also local officials and workers had been killed in this terror attack. So far the police and the security forces have coordinated the area and are trying to nab all those terrorists responsible for this heinous crime.
All right.
Sania.
Ashraf, I'm going to thank you this morning for getting us up to speed with those details. We're reporting on the deadly terror attack in Jammu and Kashmir, where 1 doctor and 6 migrant workers have been killed after terrorists opened fire at a construction site in Ganderbal district in Jammu and Kashmir on Sunday evening. Security forces have cordoned off this area and launched a massive counter-operation to hunt down terrorists, where 1 terrorist has been neutralized. Home Minister Amit Shah condemned the terror attack that left at least 7 dead, calling it an act of cowardice. Newly elected Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah has strongly condemned the attack on unarmed innocent people, which came just 4 days after he was sworn in.
First and foremost, I think it's extremely, this kind of a thing must be absolutely deplorable situation. This kind of a thing must not be permitted, because this only thing happens when there is still the local support there, the OGWs over there, and especially happening at Ganderbal is extremely, extremely sad. And at this point of time, and as you rightly said, if the people there thought that it were crackers and not crackers, but someone has shot, that means it's someone amongst them. It is very much there. People know who they are. People must ensure that this kind of a thing does not happen, because it is very, very challenging. At night, it is not so easy.